everybody. Welcome back to the Tomahawk. I'm Mike. This is Matt. We're going to be talking Blackhawks hockey. Today, we're going to be talking about the team chemistry, Patrick Kane and DeBrincat's chemistry. Kevin Lankinen running away with the starting goalie job. Malcolm Subban, his strong performance, and Delia is the odd man out. The special teams has really put it together. A lot of consistency. Three guys that are that belong on the team that are playing really, really well. Ian Mitchell and Nicholas Bowden. So to start it off, the team as a whole taking a step forward. It looks like all four lines are starting to click. The fourth line is really, I would say, really the surprise out of the group, being able to keep, as an example, I think it was the last game, the Hawks were or was it the last game? No, it was Saturday's game, game one, Dallas. They kept Dallas in their own end for about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. They executed a full line change, and they were able to keep Dallas out there for like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and they were gassed. And it kind of goes to show you how well I would say the team is playing, being able to execute that change, and especially it was a long change too, and playing really well. We have the special teams that is taking a step forward, and they are really putting it out there, man. It seems like they've got separate guys playing on the power play and separate guys playing on the PK, having different responsibilities, instead of having one group out there that's the power play one, and then essentially half of the guys that are on power play one on PK one. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that whatever they're doing on the power play, keep it up because it's red hot. I think they're number 2 in the league.
Yeah.
I think they're just behind Toronto, I want to say. But they're Kane and DeBrincat are looking good together, moving the puck. Even Dylan Strome's looking good on that power play unit.
Yeah.
Mitchell, I think, is seeing some power play time. I could be wrong, but I thought I saw him out there a couple times. And I think Kubalik is on a unit, and he's on the point.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that, but I noticed that a couple times. He looked good. The penalty kill, I mean, if sometimes it's sloppy and they can't get it out. Were we shorthanded when Suter gave up that 2 turnovers? I can't remember. I think, was it an even strength goal yesterday?
I believe it's even strength.
Was it? Okay. Other than that, yeah, I think, well, when you got Lankinen playing the way he is, I think our PK is a lot, they're more confident and they trust the guy to make the save, and I think it's working out.
Yeah. Patrick Kane, obviously, you'd really have to be blind to not have any chemistry with Patrick Kane, but DeBrincat had a lot of trouble last year playing. He had a lot of trouble getting the puck in the net, and it seems, I hope that snake bite is gone, because I think last year was the first year of his new contract. I think he might have been trying to live up to the contract. At the end of the season, he was really skating hard, really putting it out there, but it wasn't really translating to success by putting the puck in the net. But it seems like, I don't know if would you say it's necessarily chemistry with Kane, or would you say it's DeBrincat getting back on his horse and playing like he can?
I think he was playing good last year. Sometimes it's real hard to score in the NHL, and I think he was probably just struggling. And plus, it was a very weird year last year for everybody. I'm sure it kind of, a lot of the guys, even this year's weird. These poor guys are like isolated.
Yeah.
Like they go on the road, they can't even hang out in the hotel with their teammates because it's the protocol. And
it's pretty crazy though, isn't it?
It's weird how they're adjusting, and he's adjusted well this year, I thought. He's looking good, where I think he's kind of filling in that Sharpie spot on the power play, that back door. And he, like, I think me and you we had a text exchange on that 2-on-1, and he tried to rip it.
Yeah.
And he whiffed, but I know you were kind of mad about it.
I was, man. He was just just reaching for the freaking sky.
I know. That's like Kyle Schwarberg swinging for the fence, or Javi Baez swinging, and we need a hit. Yeah.
You throw to Baez high, man. He'll swing every single time.
Just put it on, man.
Yeah.
I think, and I thought at first that the puck was on an edge maybe, but I think Kaner put it in
Oh, he
a
put it right
pretty
there.
decent shooting spot. Yeah. Yeah.
Like only he can. Um,
Yep.
One big thing that obviously it's a surprise to everybody, Kevin Lankinen running away with the starting goalie job. I think
Yep.
that going forward, he is the man. There's nothing to be said about it. I don't think there's any discussion about it. He's playing strong. He's playing solid. He seems to be getting more confident every single game. Malcolm Subban seems to have turned the page as well. His last two starts, he has hung. He is. I don't want to say hung in there. He's played very well. He seems to get lost in his crease a little bit, and he let in that 1 week goal on Saturday with that one shot. That what was it? The puck bounced out of his
glove.
Out of his
And
glove,
it trickled in.
And it trickled in, yeah. But
I mean,
other
you
than
can't
that, he
have
played
that.
well.
Yeah.
But I mean, but they could have won that they could have won that in regulation, which.
And he
but I mean,
had a shutout.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they went on and it was fine. And it seems like Delia is the odd man out. So, as an organization, where do you think the Hawks go forward with Delia?
Well, I think this year they're probably going to hang on to him because of the taxi squad, and I mean maybe they'll send him down to Rockford. I know the AHL wants to get a season going, but maybe I would send him down just so he gets game starts and stuff. But you know what, he had his chance. You know, I think they gave him 2 opportunities, and he didn't look. I know we played Tampa the first game, and did he play against Florida?
You know what, man? I think that he only had 1 opportunity, possibly.
I thought he played 2 games,
because
but I think he gave up 5 in each game.
He played 1 game, and then they played Subban, and then Lankinen played. And then after Lankinen played, they started him for like 4 games. And then
he's got no choice.
You
gotta keep him in. I mean, I was kind of disappointed that Lankinen didn't play the first game against Dallas because I know they probably want to give him rest and stuff, but thank God we won the game,
right?
Because we need points. DeBrincat was on NHL Net today saying we're not the team that's going to beat you by 5 or even 3. We're going to just outwork you and grind it out. And we need every point we can get in this division if we want to make the playoffs. And I mean, Delia, he's shaky to me. You know, I think even the defense, they're not confident in front of him.
Yeah, which is, you know, really. It's really unfortunate because this guy was looked at as kind of the guy to take over, you know, for Crawford. He was the guy who was going to come in, and it was kind of going to be his net, you know. And with the way Subban has played in the past, really inconsistent, you know, it was kind of looking at Delia was going to be the starter kind of, and maybe Subban was going to back him up. But out of the reports that I heard last year about Lankinen, I was like, you know, maybe this kid might throw a monkey wrench into it, and it looks like he has, in a good way. You know, I mean, these are good problems to have. I would like to see Delia get another opportunity to play because I think he deserves it. But as of right now, I think that they should roll with Lankinen and Subban backing him up as a tandem, really.
Yeah, you can't take the hot man out. It's just very stupid to do.
Right.
I mean, if we're playing like Detroit, which we probably will play back to back again, throw him in a game. You know, see what he can do But I wouldn't throw him in against Tampa or even Dallas, Columbus, because those are, even Carolina, they're teams that are a threat to us in the playoffs to get a playoff spot.
Right.
I think Nashville's having a rough time down there. They're probably, I know they're under 500. No one knows what's going on with them guys. Their defense is, on paper, very good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they just have trouble scoring goals. I think Matt Duchene still hasn't even scored yet.
Wow.
But that's a team you probably want to get him in against.
Right.
If you want to give him a look again. But, Kevin Lankinen in there, there's no way you can't. I would dress him every game no matter what, even if he's sitting, just because that's your starter.
Right.
Yeah, we need points, and we need him. He's playing hot. Keep him in.
Right.
Keep him in, baby.
So what do you think about the Hawks' game consistency. It seems that sometimes maybe they come out a little soft. Sometimes they come out really hard. What can we do because let's be honest, they can't play every single shift like it's the playoffs.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it gets to a point where it seems like the competition level kind of goes down a little bit, and then the other team is really pushing. What do you think about the team's consistency, or maybe even how to fix it?
Well, last night they were terrible the first period. Very sloppy. Second period, they had those 2 breakaways right away, and Lincoln kept them in the game. And
Yeah.
if he lets in those 2 goals, the game's over.
Yeah.
And he was making some good saves, giving us a chance like he's been doing every game. Game 1, I think it was the opposite. We looked good the first half of
Yeah.
the game, and then Dallas turned it up.
Yeah.
And
It was actually pretty even, I would say. It was pretty even.
yeah, I think maybe we won the first period and they won the second period, and then it was even down the middle. It was a good game, and Subban played good, and he deserved the win. To fix that, I don't know. I think it's just the momentum of the game. It's just going to change, and
Yeah.
they gotta. What they're doing is hang in there,
Yeah.
and just like Lincoln, and make those saves and keep your team in there and capitalize on a mistake. And I think teams need to stop taking penalties on the Hawks, because
Yeah.
I haven't seen a power play like this in probably my whole life as a Hawks fan. I mean, and they're not even big name guys.
Yeah.
I mean, we had big name guys in we'll call it the 2010s.
Yeah.
Those guys, we had Hossa, we had Taves, we had Kane, Sharp, Keith, Campbell, all these power play specialists, and they weren't that good compared to like these guys. It's crazy.
It's like maybe having a few guys that nobody has really an ego in a way, or maybe nobody has a that defined role as scorer, shooter, and deferring to other guys that they're just like, whatever, let's just do it. Let's just try and get the puck in the net, and let's leave it at that in a way.
Get the puck to Kane.
Yeah.
And let him open up.
Let him figure it out, really.
When he's by the top of the circles and he kind of works his way in, like there's teams that they have to cover the slot. He'll throw a dart. He could throw a dart to DeBrincat, or he could go down low to Strome, and Strome will give DeBrincat the pass. And sometimes it looks like, I feel like Kane's going to shoot it, and it's a pass.
Yeah.
It's so hard to defend against, even for if you're a goalie. You can't cheat with Kane because he'll bury you with a snipe shot.
Yeah, and he gets it off pretty quick too.
And I think when I know Kane got a secondary assist, he gave it to Strome down low, and Strome fired it to DeBrincat. And the poor goalie, he probably reacted to Kane thinking he was going to shoot.
Right.
And it's so hard to push over. And DeBrincat, I think by the time DeBrincat scored, the goalie finally just slid over. The puck was already in the net.
I think he just looked over.
Yeah, it's hard to defend against that because, you got to say, okay, is Kane going to shoot?
And on top of that, he's in movement. He's not being stationary. He's all over the place.
Yeah. Is Kane going to shoot? Is Kane going to get it down low to Strome, or is Kane going to go across to DeBrincat?
Yeah.
Or is Kane going to get it back to Keith?
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. I wouldn't worry about Keith because he'll probably fire it at the boards or something like he normally does. So if really having him out there might be more of a detriment to the team than a positive.
I'm not sure why he's still out there. Maybe we got nobody else, or they don't trust anybody else. But I think he's just so familiar with the entries.
Yeah.
Like Keith will skate up to the blue line, turn around and give it to Kane, and Kane will just find the open lanes.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what we forgot to mention, since we're talking defense, that the news on Siebes. It doesn't look good. I guess he retweaked the back, and I don't know, maybe it's time to hang him up.
Yeah.
That's just me. I think if they can get around his cap somehow or anything, it's killing us. This $5 million cap hit. We could be getting some role players to help out.
Yeah. Yeah, and it also wants you to beg the question, it's like, could they really ask any more from him?
Yeah, I mean, he scored some big goals,
He
big
played a lot of
minutes.
minutes. Yeah, big
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah,
But it's you wouldn't expect Siebes to go out like that. I mean, I understand his injuries and everything, and hopefully, for his sake that he's all right. But it's just brutal to hear.
yeah. He's got to be what 35,
Yeah,
35. Yeah, it's old for a hockey player, especially who's played the minutes he's played. He's probably got like a 40-year-old body.
yeah,
You know,
or 45, considering all of the
and
wars we've been in with Vancouver and what have you.
just that Duck series alone probably took 5 years off his life. Yeah, that was a great series.
So we got three guys I want to talk about, man. Brandon Hagel,
Okay.
Pius Suter, Matthias Janmark. All three guys, man, are playing, I don't want to say out of their minds, but we're talking about three guys who are considerable, nobodies that are out there that are making their mark on the team. Brandon Hagel's speed is a huge danger to the other team because when he decides to start pumping his legs, man, he's gone. Even
Yep.
even when guys are in position, he's figuring out a ways to get free and to push the pace. And I think that he's a welcome addition, and it's nice to see this kid really start to get some consistency in his game and to get that confidence going. You got Pius Suter that obviously he's feeling pretty confident. He's got really good hands and he's got good speed as well. And Matthias Janmark seems to be
Been a surprise. Yeah.
taking that power forward type of role a bit. I've seen him a few times try to muscle his way into the past the slot and onto the goalie. What do you think about these three guys, and do you like where they fit in at the team right now?
If you told me these three guys at the beginning of the season,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know who the hell you're talking about. I would have been. We got Gary Suter back,
Yeah, I know.
but Suter made two really bad plays yesterday. Two turnovers in the same second, costing him a goal.
Same shift.
But got a chance in overtime, and he had a highlight reel goal.
Yeah, he
And
did.
it's like, okay, nobody remembers that.
Yeah.
And you just won the game. And Hagel was actually on that shift with him,
He was.
and he got some overtime, well-deserved play. I mean, he definitely deserving of that. His speed, it's amazing, and if he can get it together with the puck, like kind of like a Connor McDavid,
Mm-hmm.
speed and puck possession, you're going to be unstoppable. I'm not saying he's going to be Connor McDavid, but he, even him on the forecheck, putting pressure on guys to get rid of a pass or they're going to get hit.
Right.
That helps out a lot too. And even Janmark, I didn't know much about, and he had a nice tip-in goal against his former team. I'm sure that felt good.
Yeah.
They let me go, and here you go. I scored.
Yeah.
That's a big mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like a little bull out there. He got a big kid.
Yeah, he is. He is. One thing that I have not missed is Adam Boqvist.
I knew that was coming.
It's coming, man. He made it off of COVID protocol. I'm glad that he's all right. Health wise, but
Yeah.
I think that we need to take a step back with this kid and let him develop because he might not be developing the way that he needs to be. Being thrown in on a line with Keith, trying to figure it out. He might not be one of those players. I will say who one of those players is Ian Mitchell.
Yep.
He moves the puck really well. He skates with the puck really well. He can dish it. He seems really confident. He moves up into play sometimes. I really like him, man. He's definitely ready for the big show. And Nicholas Bowden is definitely ready. He deserves a roster spot on the team, even if that means that Boqvist doesn't have a spot. In my book, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Boqvist was thrown into the fire last year because we didn't really have anybody else.
Yeah.
He made tons of mistakes. I know he's still young, but these other guys, they're really not making mistakes.
Yeah.
They're making good plays, and I'd hate to see one of those guys get taken out for him because he's maybe a higher draft pick than them. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch the team right now at all.
Me either.
Everything is don't do that. Q used to do that, and
Yeah, he was.
You just ruin the chemistry. Let these guys keep playing the way they're playing, and if he gets a shot getting back in, fine. Let's see how he plays. But they're saying they want him to skate more because he did have COVID.
Right.
And they want, they probably want to build his lungs back up and everything. And
yeah.
But I would leave everything the way it is because it's working. And one more thing, Zadorov. I thought he played good. I was kind of impressed that he dropped him with Jamie Benn.
Jamie Benn, yeah.
I know Jamie Benn had some good uppercuts on him, but it's like, hey, man, you just took Jamie Benn off the ice for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's huge.
Yeah, it is.
I know Jamie Benn was kind of, oh, look at how good I am. Yeah, you fought a rookie.
Yeah.
A Russian rookie. You're awesome. Yeah. And even last night where he pushed Lankinen.
Yeah.
Really? How is that? How do the refs not see that? And why do we have to challenge that? That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
He hit him twice. It's just, come on, man. But I'm glad Zadorov, he's been playing better. I know he still kind of turns the puck over a lot. I don't know if you notice watch him next game. When he gets the puck, he holds on to it a little too long, I think.
Okay.
And he'll make a stupid pass, and they turn it over, and then you're like, oh boy, they're gonna score off this, But I think he's leading the league in hits.
Yeah.
And can't remember the last Blackhawk to lead the NHL in hits. Do you?
No, I have no idea.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But I think he's actually been solid. Still making mistakes, but I think there's some promise in that kid. He's big.
Yeah.
He just
uses his body too. Oh, he had some good plays. A couple days ago, he tried to move the puck out, couldn't get it out, and then he went and blocked a shot. He blocked a shot, then he blocked another shot.
Yeah, he's a big boy. I think the coaches need to say, hey, man, you get that puck, 1, 2, get rid of it, not skate it up and turn it over because they're going to turn and score.
Yeah.
And who's he usually paired with? DeHaan?
Yeah.
They changed a lot. But
yeah.
I've seen
him with DeHaan, yeah.
Yeah, I think DeHaan can help him, but sometimes they feel DeHaan holds that puck too long too.
Yeah.
It's like, we got to move this, boys. We got to get this up. Get it out of here.
DeHaan reminds me of Hjalmarsson, just like his style of play a little bit,
Yeah, he's not going to get
He's not fast. He's not slow. He doesn't have a cannon of a shot, but he'll shoot. He's in the right. He seems to be in the right place most of the time. I wouldn't say his defensive awareness is as good as Hjalmarsson's was. I would say that, but he's pretty decent though.
He got beat a couple times last series, but it's going to happen. Some of these kids are just so fast, and you can't get caught flat-footed.
It seems like everybody's fast these days.
I know, and remember Shane O'Brien?
No.
Vancouver Canucks. He was kind of like just a pesky defenseman.
Okay.
Annoying. He's on a show with Versteeg, and him and Versteeg were talking about how soft the league is getting. Like if you tap a guy, it's like a slash, and Versteeg actually likes it. He goes, I was a skilled guy. He said, if I beat you, I don't want a defenseman to get a stick on me. And I actually disagreed with him. I feel like we're giving these shooters like too many, they're getting treated better. It's harder to be a defenseman in this league is what I'm getting at. And I agree with Shane O'Brien. It's like, sometimes you can't even touch the guy and they call a penalty. Like even Crosby, I remember when he first started, if you were breathing on him, you saw the arm go up. It's come on. Yeah. And I think they're kind of getting that way now. And say like McDavid beats you and you're a defenseman. You don't want him to freaking get in there. You're going to throw a stick, hit him on the side or stick check him. And McDavid drops his stick.
Yeah.
It's a penalty. It's just, I feel like it is getting a little soft, and they're kind of taking care of the Stars when these other guys just trying to make it. They're making it harder on them.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm seeing that a lot lately. Some weird calls like knocking the stick out of the hand. Come on, man. These guys are freaking grown men.
Right.
Hold that stick. You're dropping it like they're
Yeah.
not hitting you hard.
Yeah.
But I think the officiating is definitely changing.
Yeah. Well, Crosby's always been catered to, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's blatantly obvious he's been catered to.
Well, look
But
at Gretzky. I mean, he
yeah.
was murdered, and that's why they had the enforcer
Yeah.
to say, "Hey, no more of
McSorley.
that stuff." Yeah, but and can you imagine Gretzky in this league? You can't even touch the guy.
He'd probably
He would
score.
hit.
He'd
He'd have
probably score 200 goals.
18,000 goals. Yeah, it'd be insane.
Would you want to talk about the Burke thing out of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I am a huge fan of that signing, and I know Hextall doesn't get a lot of credit for the Philly team, but that's his team. He pretty much saved that team. That GM, I think Chuck Fletcher took over, and he kind of fell into a really good situation there.
Yeah.
And but that's Ron Hextall. He made some good draft picks, some good trades, and I think he's going to really help Pittsburgh. And as for Burke, I honestly I didn't really like him when he was on the Ducks. I thought he was kind of like a fat, doesn't seem like a hockey guy at all. He seems like just like kind of like a guy who just a dude, and
just a dude who yells.
I listened to him on NHL Net. He's on Hockey Night in Canada. I'm like, wow, I really agree with a lot of the stuff this guy's saying. And obviously, I think Pittsburgh did too. And I like the hiring of him as the president and Hextall as the GM. Like, just focus on the team, and I'll focus on the BS.
Yeah.
Of like contracts, agents, and development. And you build a team, and we'll work together with Mario, as they say.
Mario.
Yeah. But I like that, and I think the Hawks need to get back to that. Bowman, I'm not a fan of. I think that he should focus on one job, not two.
Yeah.
Let somebody else deal with the agents. Let someone else deal with the contracts. You look at the team in front of you, and I think that's what Pittsburgh wanted when they lost Rutherford. And he was getting old, and he probably couldn't handle it, honestly. I mean, you got agents calling every day about ice time and money and contract renewals, and it's hard. It's a hard job for one guy to do. I know there's assistant GMs, but I like that position, and I think the Hawks should give it to somebody, not Bowman. I don't think he can even handle one job, let alone that's two major jobs he's got to worry about.
Yeah.
But I will give him credit. I'm linking him because he saw something that a lot of people didn't see, and I give him props for that.
Or even the team now. I mean, we're playing without Kirby Dach and Jonathan Taves,
Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of lucky, though, I think. I know we got some good teams in our division, but a lot of teams are struggling. We got Detroit, which I thought Detroit would have been better, and I can go back a couple podcasts, but I thought Detroit would be better than the Hawks, and I think Lankinen alone is making us better than the Hawks, and of course Kane's hot play.
Mm-hmm.
Nashville's struggling. They've got a goal scoring problem, and I think there's a goaltending transition going on where Rene's kind of going to be the backup now, and Soros is a starter. And the Hawks got a really good chance of making the playoffs, so I give them credit.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, you got anything else before we wrap this up tonight?
Well, what do you think about that, Berkey? I know you're not a Berkey guy, but
no, I'm not.
Do you think
I think
Hawks
he's massively
should have...
overrated.
Oh, I thought you were going to say overweight.
Oh.
No, do you think the Hawks should get back to a position like that? I think that they should have a hockey ops guy, and I think a lot of teams are going to start copycatting this.
Yeah, I think they will too. I think it's the way to go. I think that they're getting there by separating John McDonough's job and putting that into two, giving Bowman pretty much power to construct a team as how he sees fit. Maybe going forward, they would if something happens with Bowman, like say, this doesn't work out, his little experiment doesn't work out, and they redo it, they'll probably split his job into two. I think that they will.
Split it into two, and give it to somebody in the organization. Yeah,
right.
I think it's a good idea, and I think we're going to see a lot of teams starting to do that.
Yeah, I think so too. At least the Hawks. As far as everybody else, we'll see how it works out. I think that it could work out well, especially when you break down the responsibilities of telling one guy all you have to do is worry about this stuff. It takes a whole lot of stress off of their back.
Yes, we need to hire a new scouting agent or in charge of scouting, because we've been striking out on our first round picks. I think Doc and Bovquist are the only remaining of Bowman. Bowman's been here a long time.
Yeah.
We don't have many first round picks. They've been busts or they've gone somewhere else.
Yeah.
I think Teuvo was a first round pick. We had to get rid of him because of the awful contract he gave Bickle.
Yep.
And it's just we need someone who could focus on building a team. We got to keep building guys, and I feel like we're not doing that. We're not doing well. We've been lucky with these young kids. They've been in Rockford for a while.
Yeah.
So, but we need to keep this going, and I feel like we're behind when it comes to the draft.
Have you heard anything on Reichel?
No, I have not.
I haven't heard anything either. Maybe we'll look into that and we'll bring him up on our on the next podcast.
Nothing on him. Nothing on. We don't hear anything about Taves. Hopefully they come out and say, "Hey, what's going on? Is he going to even play this year?" I bet you they just shut him down for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like it could be bad.
Yeah, I hope not. Man. Well, I don't got anything else, man. We'll try and figure out, see if they release something on Taves. Look to see if there's any information on Reichel playing, and we'll hit it up after the Columbus series.
Yeah, got some Patrick Laine. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, I think he got. Didn't you say he got benched already?
He was already benched. Yeah, I guess he was kind of. The rumor is he's not getting the system, which is going to happen, but I don't see a reason why benching him would do you any good, because you're not going to learn the system unless you play it.
Yeah,
I think there's more to it, where there's a European ego where I don't have to do certain things because I'm a superstar goal scorer, and that's not going to happen under Torts.
Not with Torts.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so I guess we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, thanks guys. Thank you everybody for listening. We appreciate it. Hit the like and subscribe, and get ready for another one in a few days after the Columbus series. This is Mike and Matt. We're out.